You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Blog Talk Radio.
Friends too.
Welcome to We Fight. everybody? Welcome to another rockin' edition of Leech Bangs Radio. Coming to you live every Tuesday night, almost every Tuesday night. Sometimes we're not here, sometimes shit happens. But here we are, ready to bring you some of the best bands you've never heard of, and some bands you have heard of. That's a little bit of chaotic resemblance for you right there. And before we get things started, I want to do a little roundhouse here. Myself, Charlie motherfucking Owens. Randy Screaming Demon Norris is on the other side of the fucking planet, practically. He's in Oklahoma. And we've got a special guest co-host tonight, Mr. Gabe Gambino from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the band Throw the Temple. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good to have you aboard, man.
Awesome. It's good to be aboard.
You're aboard. Yeah, so
it's good to be aboard.
Gabe's pretty cool, man. I've been knowing Gabe for a couple of years now, and James and I took him along with us on the Uproar Fest, and he nailed some interviews, and he's a fun guy to have around. And
I tore James' addiction to shreds, too.
Absolutely. I thought we'd bring him aboard tonight and co-host with us, and then we're going to maybe talk some Throw the Temple shit afterwards. But I know, Randy, I think we've got a caller. Have you talked to him yet?
I have not talked to him yet. Let's just bring him on.
All right. And let's do this.
Hey, guys. Who are we talking to? Who are you talking to? Yeah. Yeah, Resemblance. How are you guys doing? How's the show going?
Going good. We just walked out. I'm going to phone y'all.
Awesome. So, tell us about what you guys have going on. You're right in the middle of a tour. Tell us about that tour.
Well, we just walked off the stage in Philly with legendary Curtis Blow, great bride dressed in black. We are traveling from New York to LA, bringing down the house of Curtis Blow. We'll be back in OKC on November 9th with Faster Pussycat. Now, that's a show you don't want to miss out on. At
on.
Leon's Metal Lounge. It's gonna freaking rock. So everybody needs
right on. And we got some of our friends that are playing on that also. London Dungeon's gonna be there too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, those guys throw down.
Yeah, that's gonna be an awesome show.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
It's gonna be quite a drive for you guys, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be about a 27-hour drive. We play at a big venue here in Delaware, I think, and we got about Studio 7, a big old venue there, and then we had 27 hours back home to OKC to play that gig, but it was worth it when we found out Fast Pussycat was going to be there.
That's awesome, man. Rocky told me that you guys were having to drive over 20 hours to make that show, and I was like, oh my goodness, but yeah, I think it's going to be a phenomenal show.
Yeah, and it is home for us, so we love playing Oklahoma, so that's where we're from. But
right.
We got tickets too. I mean, if anybody wants cheaper tickets, go to our Facebook at chaoticresemblance.com or our website, and we'll hook you up. Also, we'll be at the door probably swindle them down lower than they are. So I think we sell them for $3 cheaper. So y'all better check that out.
Sweet. And Brad is actually listening in right now. I'm not sure if he's... Yeah, he's on the phone, or he's not actually on the phone. And so Brad's selling tickets also to this show. It's going to be an awesome night. Faster Pussycat, Chaotic Resemblance, and London's Dungeon. So it's going to be one heck of a show, man.
Y'all don't want to miss out on that.
Definitely not. So November 9th, put it on your calendar. Call in sick, something.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So how are the shows going? Is everything going good? Everything's working like a well-oiled machine for you?
Well, let's just say it's rock and roll. So you win some, you lose some. But now we're packing out places. People are buying merch. We're selling out. We're doing good out here in the Colony States. I believe we're going to be in Philly again tomorrow night, and then D.C. on Halloween. And so if you folks are anywhere around these northern states, this is where we're at until we hit Oklahoma City on the 9th. We'll be up here in the northern states. So y'all need to come check it out.
That's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah. So I got a question if you guys don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so how do you guys pass the time when you're on tour? I've been on tour before, and you can tend to get sick of your bandmates and stuff like that. So what do you do to keep things fresh and fun, while you're on the road?
Well, we play a lot of poker, and our hair really takes up a lot of our time. When we're not playing poker, it's usually cutting hair or fixing our hair, buying hairspray, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
We sleep a lot. It ain't easy being a hair metal band here in this decade. It ain't easy being sleepy. Yeah, it ain't easy being sleepy, I'm sure.
It does take some big brass balls though to do that, dude.
They're iron.
So what do you guys what's the best advice you've gotten from other touring bands and stuff along the way?
I guess just stock up on ramen noodles and get used to it.
Vitamin C.
Is we're so used to this tour life that when we're not on tour, we still eat ramen noodles. That's all we eat.
We eat like ramen noodles.
We choose it over home cooked meals because we're so used to it. So it's all good. We stay fit on it. So there's a secret for you guys.
Oh, I guess.
No, man, but if you guys like glam metal and you haven't heard us, go check us out at our Facebook at Chaotic Resemblance or at our Reverb Nation or our website. And it's modern day glam metal with originals. Got the Motley Crue kind of Skid Row kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here too, man. I was going to jump in here real quick. My name's Charlie, and the glam metal thing, man. First of all, how what's your guys' average age, man?
About 22 would be our average age. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So that just jumps me to my next question. A lot of kids nowadays, I don't know, man. There for a while, a lot of the glam scene was kind of forgotten and unknown to a younger generation. But I've seen a resurgence. You might call it a retro thing. Everything comes back at least once or twice in a lifetime. What got you guys into the glam thing? Was it parents? Was it older siblings? Or was it just digging back into rock and roll history and you guys came across this? What happened, man?
Well, you listen to as much music as you can, and then when you find out everything else pretty much sucks. No, I'm just playing, but no, we all grew up listening to it, and all of our parents have always been rockers, and so we grew up, and that was all we knew. All of us. I mean, we grew up. Six, he grew up listening to punk rock, and eventually got into the Motley Crue and all that stuff. But my parents and LA's parents, they kicked it off. They would go to Van Halen concerts and Crue concerts and dock in and see all these bands. And so we grew up and we knew what good music was. And that's all we knew. So we didn't know anything else until we got older.
Right on. No, I was just curious. Like I said, I'm about 10 years older than you guys, and I grew up listening to that stuff too, and I know Randy did too. And I just wanted to get kind of an idea where it came from because. It's my daughter. She's 13, and that's what she knows that stuff because of me. And I was just curious, man.
Right.
I was curious on how you guys came across that stuff. So that's awesome, man. Keep waving that glam flag, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. We that's one thing. A lot of bands they're ashamed of that name, but we take it on with pride. That's just something. Well, that's just what we play, man. I mean. We've tried it all, and that's what we're good at, and so people like it. So.
Well, and we've talked about it. We've talked about it several times on this show. The topics come up about all these different genres of rock and roll or metal or whatever, and some of them get like it's just crazy. It's like all these subcategories of everything, and glam metal is one of those categories that's it's obvious. It's got its roots and it's pretty obvious, but I think when you kind of water everything down and you get down to this is super hardcore riot metal or it's like Jesus, it's just it's rock and roll and it's metal.
Right.
And it is what it is, you know. And if you guys got the chops to back it up, which I think you do, you know, then it doesn't really matter, I guess, in the end. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and that's just it, man. It's just rock and roll. That's what we always say. If you like rock and roll, you'll like it, and if you don't, then you don't like good music.
And I'll tell you what, Charlie, they not only do they play really good rock and roll, they also look really good doing it. I mean, they look like seasoned veterans up there. We saw them at McSalty's Pizza, and they really impressed. Did a really good job. I mean, I was so glad that Brad told us that they were going to be there and turn this on to them, man.
That's cool.
They were phenomenal.
That's cool because that's one thing I've always said, man. I can dig a band's music, but you know, I truly judge them when I see them play live, and if they if they look like they're enjoying themselves and they look like they know what they're doing, then I'm all in. You know, of course.
Well, that's the whole thing these days that I don't get is bands that don't look like bands, and then you got songs that people can't sing along to, and that's why we play this style, is because it's good, it's fun music. People can sing to it. They love what we look like. They love to have fun, and it's a show. It's just like going to the movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right on.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I think maybe now's a good time to play another tune, don't you think?
You betcha. What would you guys
I
like
think
to
it's
hear?
a good idea.
I've got Risky, and I've got Standing in the Ashes.
Risky is the song.
All right, here we go. Chaotic Resemblance, Risky.
Wow.
Started with a dream. Nobody's gonna get hurt. That's what they always say. But that's the name of the game. Got one way to get on a heaven train, and the whole way down to see it. Hey, hey. We're born women and a bottle of whiskey. My, it don't pay to be risky. Yeah. With every drag of that cigarette, he has to take so well you can. 'Cause all the women in the world can't quench that never-ending thirst. It all started with a drink. Nobody's gonna get hurt. That's what they always say. But that's the name of the game. It's got a one-way ticket on a hell-on train, and the whole way down to sing it. Hey, hey. With 4 women and a bottle of whiskey. My, it don't pay to be risky. They try to feel emptiness inside, but only one can bring the dead to life. It all started with a drink. Nobody's gonna get hurt. That's what they always say. But that's the name of the game. He's got a one-way ticket on a heaven train, and the whole way down to see it. With 4 women and a bottle of whiskey. My. He's got a one-way ticket on a heaven train, and the whole way down to see it. With 4 women and a bottle of whiskey. My, don't pay to be risky. Yeah, it don't pay to be risky.
All right, man. Hell yeah.
Dude,
God
I am
damn.
telling you, these guys shred.
A little bit of
These
chaotic
guys
resemblance
rock.
there for you, man. Hell yeah, man. That song was that risky?
Yes, sir. That was risky.
Oh, that's pretty good. Dig that shit. Fucking A, man.
like I was saying, sorry about the audio quality over the phone. It does translate to the listeners and on the podcast a lot better than what we're actually hearing it. Everybody's always like, "Oh, what did you guys do to our song?" We're like, "No,
that's great, man.
I promise it'll all turn out in the end."
No, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome. So, is there anything else you guys want to get out there?
Yeah. Let me just throw this out here one more time for any fans or anybody who's listening that likes what we're doing. Again, we are Chaotic Resemblance. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have a MySpace. I know for some of y'all, you're like, "Whoa, that's old school," but no, we still stay true to it. But we also, you can find us in some of our music videos at www.chaoticresemblance.com. Also, we have a YouTube channel. And like I said about the Faster Show, we'll be playing with Faster Pussycat on November 9th in OKC. You get tickets cheaper from us.
What are you saying?
Whoops, what did I say? You get tickets cheaper than us from us than you can anywhere else. $3 cheaper.
We're pretty cheap. I don't know if you can get cheaper than us.
That's cool.
But no,
Speaking of
all you listening, I'm Rex Rocks.
I'm LA.
I'm Johnny Six. And we're Chaotic Resemblance. So appreciate you guys playing our music, man.
Awesome. Hey, speaking of YouTube videos, Rocky had mentioned you guys might be having a video come out tomorrow. Is there any validity to that?
No, it's the band that we're touring with. Them and Curtis Blow have a video coming out.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And
okay.
But no, this is good. Then people need to check this out. It's Bride Dressed in Black featuring Curtis Blow,
Hip Rock.
And the song is called Hip Rock. And I'm telling you, this song's going to sweep the nation. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, we're going to check that out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are. Too cool. Well, thank you guys very, very much for giving us a little bit of your time. We will definitely
it was good talking to you
in
guys.
Oklahoma
Thanks for
City.
letting us ask some questions.
Absolutely, yeah.
No problem. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for playing our stuff, and we'll be looking forward to seeing everybody on November 9th with Faster Pussycat.
I will be there.
All right, you better.
Right on, man. Right on.
We'll see you guys later.
All right. Rock and roll, bro.
Right on.
Right on, man. Good vibes, dude. Yeah, good dudes, man. Good dudes.
I'm telling you, they not only look the part, they fit the part perfect. I mean, and the sound was amazing. The bands we heard before, and the venue itself,
right,
had me kind of a little bit worried. They got up there and they just tore it up. Everything went away. Everything just went whoop, and it was just beautiful, man. They did it.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with your control and rehearsals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The volume you practice at, and making sure you have a good volume. When you get up on stage, like, don't be so loud so that when they're pushing you in the mix and stuff like that, there's a nice equal sound. So, it really takes a lot of people, practice at 11 all the fucking time,
Right.
So it just shows that they're, mature and, seasoned musicians know what they're doing.
Yeah,
man.
And it really pulled it off.
And it's tripping me out, too, because, Randy, we've had several, quite a few bands on the show, these young kids, man, and I'll call them kids because they're hell of a lot younger than me, but with the attitude and the same, like Gabe was saying, that presence, that stage presence and when they act like veterans, and that's a testament, I think, probably a lot to how they were raised, but also how they handled their lives and how they handle everything, and it's just a testament to how they are as people and how they are as musicians. And I dig that, because you could have the most talented, young band, a bunch of little, 18, 17-year-old kids, And what I love is we've ran into so many that it hasn't gone to their head, and they're not, they haven't lost their minds, and it's just cool, man. But hell yeah, man, it's cool.
Right on.
Shit.
Right on.
Right on.
Well, like I said, these guys, they understood exactly what they were doing. They all looked like they were part of that band. There wasn't, somebody wearing, not to knock Converse and all that jazz. And the T-shirts, they were in black leather or spandex, boy. You knew who was in what band.
I think that's cool too. I mean, I think I think I've seen. Well, okay, and this is a perfect example because I wrote that little mini story about London's Dungeon a while back, and I hear what you're saying, and I understand what they're saying too. But I think I'm going to take, just for argument's sake, because we've got some time to kill here, I'm going to take the opposition on this, just to have some. Just to have something to chat about, because I can see it both ways. But I remember, and this is what I wrote about London's Dungeon when I very first saw them. They didn't look like they were in the same band to me. You know what I mean? And, I was kind of like, I was trying to fit everybody together and who went where. And, it was like, to me, it looked like Pierce and London were in the same band. And I was trying to look for his guitar player and his drummer, and lo and behold, it was Roy and Troy. But I was just like, kind of like, oh, these guys don't look like they're in the same band. So to me, it's kind of like, I don't necessarily think you have to know. It's cool. I mean, the look, and if they want to do the whole look together, like a lot of bands have done over the years. Motley did it, Kiss did it. All these bands, have kind of, definitely let you know, hey, we're in a band together. But, I don't necessarily think it has to be that way.
I don't think it has to, but I think it really is appealing on stage when it's everybody is,
I agree. No, I agree. I understand what you're saying, and it can be,
everybody seems to be on the same page.
True. I understand what you're saying. And I don't disagree with
I understand that. There's definitely a presentation aspect to that. You got to have, I don't know, like my band's a little bit different. We kind of just wear whatever we wear. Sometimes you have somebody wearing a shirt and a tie, and then, sometimes we're wearing a mesh T-shirt, and exposing our nipples,
That's funny. Yeah,
so,
and that's one thing I can tell you, Randy, about a Throw the Temple show. You honestly never know what their stage wear is going to be, and sometimes it's downright scary. One of the coolest shows I've actually seen this year was the Throw the Temple show down at the launch pad. It was the whole wrestling fucking thing, man. It was quick backstory. Just Throw the Temple and I'm sorry, was it Feud?
It's Indemnified.
Indemnified. See, I don't know why I do that. I always go Feud or Indemnified. So and it was really cool how they promoted this show. They're going to do this show together, and they did you remember the old Steve's wrestling promos, Randy? So they were talking shit to the camera, and it was just so cool how they promoted it, and then you have one band jump the other, one of the other band members and take the belt and run off with the belt and all this stuff. It was so cool.
Cool.
It was fucking coolish, and they promoted it so well, and I think it got a lot of people really like, oh, this is cool. This is not just the same old fucking flyer on Facebook, here, come to our show, It was really cool. I enjoyed it. I couldn't wait till the next promo was put out, and then, to get down to the show and to watch these guys go off crazy on stage with their spandex and, the wrestling attire, and they got to holding up the championship belt. It was so fucking cool and so much fun. And literally, they're in spandex, and they had a few blowouts, but I think everybody in the front row was safe.
Hey, when you got balls, it's hard to fit into those things.
I was, I heard you guys talking about that, and I saw a couple of posts about bands fighting and all that kind of stuff, and Charlie, you saying this was really cool, and I never actually got the backstory on it. So that is pretty cool.
Hey, Randy, I think we got a caller. Do you want me to spin a song while you take it?
Sure. Let's go with Rodeo.
Rodeo?
Yeah.
All right, I got it, man. Here's the Blackpink. This is Rodeo. I think we're going to be right back with these guys in a bit.
One time! I've seen a rose.
right. We're back. That was the Black Saints. That is rodeo. Hell, fuck yes.
Right on. What is going on, guys?
Very awesome over the phone, by the way.
Oh, my. So we got Blackie and Drew from the Black Saints. What do you guys got going on, man?
As of this moment, just up in the studio right now, just cranking away at some material, working on some new stuff. Basically, just kind of like noodling on the guitar. Basically, that's what I'm doing.
Cool.
I'm sitting in my car.
Yeah, I spend a lot of my time noodling on the guitar as well, and while everybody else is out getting laid and shit, you spend the early years noodling on guitar while everybody else is partying and shit. You can enjoy adulthood a little bit more.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, back in the days when there was, like, the college parties happening and stuff, I got all my buddies with me. We're going into a house party. I see a guitar. I'm, like, stuck in the back corner there for, like, 3 hours while everyone else is, like, hanging out and trying to, like, hit up on girls and shit. And here I am noodling on guitar.
What you got, man? What do you got here?
Yeah.
Let me see how the action feels on this guitar.
You don't mind if I jam on this for a while, do you?
Dude, if I could marry guitars, I would. Like, I'd be like a Mormon guitar husband, you know?
There you go. That's it. You nailed it right there. A Mormon husband with guitars.
My guitar never tells me no.
Nice.
Hilarious. So I came across you guys from Dale from oh my gosh, just lost it. Sunset Riot.
Sunset Riot.
Came with you guys, so I just had to check you guys out, and I am so glad I did. So how was it playing with them?
Oh, it's awesome. We first met Sunset Riot when we went down to over to Philadelphia. We had played at Trash Fest out there, and I mean those guys are just great. It was really unfortunate that they just disbanded, but I mean if you talk about like guys that are in a band, like you can meet nicer guys, like all of them are just like stand up, awesome dudes to party with, awesome guys to talk to. And they're very good musicians too.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one thing to know them musically, and then it's another thing to just go, oh my gosh, you guys are just awesome fucking people.
Yeah, exactly.
And Charlie and I'm sure, Gabe, you've hung out with them quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, I've met them before. They're fucking awesome guys.
Yeah, so, I mean, they've stayed at our house. They've stayed at Charlie's house. Just awesome people. And I wish every single one of them the best because they deserve it. They really do. So
absolutely they do, yeah.
Anyway, I know Dale's doing a lot of different things, and all the others are and they're all still great friends. So anyway,
me and Dale always joke that we were separated at birth, and then he was because we both have very similar hair. That's basically the only thing. Yeah, our hair.
That's funny. Yeah, I can see that. Oh my. Charlie, where you at, man?
I'm right here, and I was I was going to actually say the same thing, and I couldn't remember if it was Dell or Ziggy or JP. I know it was one of those three. Maybe it was all three that had, on the last tour or the tour before that. I'm not sure which. It all runs together. Had mentioned you guys, and like, I can't remember them actually recommending, hey man, you got to check this band out, but except for you guys, they were just like, you got to check this band out. You got to check this band out, and I'm glad, we did. I mean, I did, and James, burned me a CD, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! I was like, hell yeah! It's like one of my I got six disc changer, and it's like always in there. It's like I think right now it's just like the Black Saints, Ragdoll, and Sunset Riot, and it's full.
That's all right. A nice compilation of just rock and roll right there.
Well, just to add on to what Randy was saying, big thanks to those guys for not only giving us some good music, but turning us on to other kick-ass bands out there, too. And they've named a few other bands, but this one, the Black Saints definitely stuck with me, and, I dug it, man. It's kick-ass, and glad to have you guys on tonight.
Yeah, thank you very
Awesome,
much.
man. Thank you. Appreciate
Dude,
it.
So, are you guys currently touring or anything? You're just doing the studio thing for now?
Yeah, we're doing some new stuff. Actually, I believe one of the tracks you're going to play later is one of the new ones that we haven't even put out yet, but it's a little sneak peek for whoever's listening. I can't wait for people to hear this new stuff that's coming out. It's different. We've progressed as a band, but still very Black Saints style, and that's what you want to have as a band, is just keep moving forward, with your talent, getting tighter as a band, and all that.
Hey, Charlie touched on this earlier, but there's a lot of like little sub-genres, as it were, for for rock music and hard music. What's rock and roll to you today?
Wow, that's a tough one right there.
Yeah.
Well, my description of rock and roll, just Les Paul welding axe slingers, playing some good, gritty, riffy type of rock and roll with a vocalist that has a banshee howl, knows how to get raspy and kind of get some melodic on top of that, with a rhythm section that's, almost compared to like Bonzo and John Paul Jones. So that's just my description. So that's just where I'm at with rock and roll.
Yeah, that's a good description too. Is you can't really go wrong with Led Zeppelin. They kind of set the standard.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like,
Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. That's like the unholy trinity right there, man.
Totally, man.
Yeah, and dude, it's hard nowadays, to define rock and roll anymore, because people that aren't fans are always, they're always saying like, well, I don't like rock, and it's something. It's like, a day to remember or some shit, And that's one band I pick on because I fucking hate that band, but I'm like, to me, that doesn't embody that kind of, that kind of axe wielding kind of stuff you're talking about.
And with the stuff that we write, how we write, we try to encompass, a lot of different of those sub-genres. If somebody's into punk, we have some definite, punk influence in some of our songs. We've got some, almost metalish sounding in a few of our songs, and there's the other ones that are straight up hard rock, So it's trying to get a broad, audience.
Yeah, definitely. Nowadays we got bands that, if they had that kind of Black Sabbath-y kind of sound, then, back in the day they'd be a metal band,
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like alternative or some shit,
Yeah, some kind of degree of that.
Yeah, for sure. What's so where's your favorite place been to tour?
As far as going to in like a particular region that we've been to or that we want to go and check out?
Well, I guess it's favored as far as places you've been.
I've always been fond of just playing in Chicago, just for the fact that it's one of the top 5 cities in the United States, and it's not like as congested as if you were going out to L.A. or something like that. Chicago, it's a very intimate setting when you're playing out there. The stage, you have all the people right up on your tip as far as just watching you. It's very cool like that. You do get big crowds. A lot of the younger people out there especially are just getting into this whole rock and roll sound. So I've always found that Chicago's been a really hot spot to play at, because just of the intimacy level that's there.
Good to know.
Yeah, that actually it is. It's like, have you guys seen, you know, that the metal and the rock are kind of put on the back burner, or is Chicago just like rock and roll?
Chicago they still embrace their rock and roll. I mean,
good.
I mean, there's so much stuff going all over the place. You know, where we are in Milwaukee, unfortunately, there's a lot of cover bands. I call this place the cover band capital of the world because, I mean, everybody and their, you know, mom is playing the same tunes, the same types of songs that they cover, and it's just like,
right.
And it's hard to get an awesome place. In Milwaukee, people don't really go out that much to check out original music, you know, because, and I don't know if that's because there's been, you know, they just want to go see these bands where they know the songs that they're playing, or if it's because, you know, if they're going to pay $5, it's kind of a gamble because what if that band sucks? And every city has really bad bands, so.
Yeah. Well, we've been trying to figure out what has been going on with the music scene and why it seems to be kind of in a depression. I feel like it's on the upswing right now. But,
well, I think you just kind of touched on a piece of it there, Randy. I think you did. You know, do you want to pay $5 or $10, you know, to check out a band you've never heard of and maybe they suck? I think that might be a part of it. But here's the thing, man, and this is what bothers me about where we're at as a society when it comes to going out and not just going out and checking out bands or just going out, period, man. Like, nobody goes out anymore. Nobody goes out and parties anymore. Nobody goes out to clubs and, you know, does whatever they're going to fucking do. It's such a safe society nowadays. You know, I mean, I don't really consider it living on the edge of, you know, I'm going to drop $5 and maybe this band sucks. But, I mean, in a way it kind of is. Like, you're taking a chance. You're taking a risk. $5, $10, your hard-earned money, you know, you work 40 hours a week for, and you go in there and maybe there's 3 bands and they all blow or it's just not your thing. But, fuck, man, that's what life's about. You got to take that chance because if you don't, you're just going to fucking be listening to the same shit over and over again. And, you know, there's like a handful of bands here in Albuquerque that I love, and I want to check them out as often as I can. But at the same time, I don't want to check them out and only them over and over and over again because I don't want to get burnt out on something that I do like. You know, it drives me fucking crazy, you know, how we are as a society nowadays. And I don't know if it's, you know, all over the world. I know it's really bad in the United States. So people just don't want to do that anymore because they're afraid of. I don't know what it is. It just it drives me crazy, and I can't figure it out, man. But I mean, part of that is they don't want to spend their hard-earned money, and maybe the band sucks. But you know, that's life, man. You got to take a chance every once in a while.
Like you said, take a fucking risk. I mean, what else are you going to do? Watch a fucking movie? Because you do.
I blame it on light beer.
Right.
I blame it on the light beer.
I'm going to blame it on Netflix.
You do spend that $5 or $10, and you walk out of there having just witnessed like 3 fucking killer bands, and now your life is better for it. You know, I mean, fuck. I get so angry.
It angers me too because, I say it's on the upswing just because of what we're actually doing now. The music never really went away. We just have to look for it, and we have to find it, and it to me, I don't know about Charlie, it feels like, you know, we're hearing all this wonderful music again, but it was always there, and you just have to go and find it. And so I don't know. I do know that all of the shows that I go to definitely are not at the capacity that they used to be about 10 years ago. And that just really irritates me.
Well, you know what sucks too is like from the Albuquerque musicians' perspective, I guess.
That's what I wanted.
You know, we live in this fucking. What's that?
I was hoping you were going to chime in. I wanted your opinion on this, Gabe.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I think we live in this fucking hip culture, you know, where it's not cool to be seen enjoying, you know, we've seen people at our shows before where, you know, they're kind of in the middle. They're not totally up on the stage yet. They're not totally there, and they're undecided, you know, and we're trying to win them over. But at the same time, they're also looking back and seeing what their friends are doing, and what their friends.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I don't want my friends to think I'm a clown if I go up and enjoy this band, you know. And it's just like it's this weird peer pressure kind of fucking stupid thing going on right now, you know.
But would they be looking behind their back if it was a hip hop show they were at?
No, I don't even know. You know, I'm not even.
You know what I mean, they can act a fool there. It's just I don't know. I think Charlie or James said it best one day. One day I just woke up and it was like somebody flipped the switch and hip hop was the thing to do. I don't really get it. Just,
you know, and I like
nowhere.
everything, and if I'm at a good show, I go enjoy myself. But it's kind of weird, you know. Like we have a lot of people, you know. Some people come and pay the cover just to go fucking sit outside and smoke cigarettes all night, you know.
How fun!
And,
yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
You know,
why'd you pay $7 just to go and fucking make appearances, you know? And it's mostly to say like, oh yeah, I was at that show, and you know. When in reality, I mean, they're not really caring, dude. And it's, you know, I think the other problem is that we have everything's so readily available, you know.
Yeah, I know too many people like that, just making their appearances. Hey, we got another caller, so let's see who this is.
For sure.
Hey, you're on with Bleach Banks. Who's this?
Hey, good evening. This is Adam calling from Milwaukee.
Hey, Adam.
What's up, Adam from Milwaukee?
Is Adam D'Amato?
Yeah, what's up, Drew? What's up, Blackie?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I promised I'd call you. So I think this is a very interesting. This is a very interesting conversation and a valid one. I played in a couple of local bands. Actually, Drew's first band I was in, you know, part of our history, and we can all agree that playing out live now, it really is a struggle, and it really is irritating. Nobody does want to pay a cover anymore, and you're constantly battling to convince people to come out and see real, legitimate music, and it's lost. It might as well be you're speaking a foreign language to them. It's largely cultural too. You look at Central America and Europe, heavy metal and rock and roll festivals sell out constantly in those countries. So somebody touched on the fact earlier that it's cultural. It's largely cultural, and it's really too bad. I don't know if it's just the mainstream of music and people just have it shoved down their throats and they digest it, but you look at the cultural differences. I mean, bands that play clubs here go out in South America and they sell out arenas.
Yeah, and that's one thing, you know, like Limp Bizkit, they're killing it in Brazil right now, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, I mean, you have bands that were, not cool here anymore, but they're out there. Even Kings of Leon before they broke out in the United States were pretty big in Europe before.
Well, a really good example, too, is look at Iron Maiden. You're talking about one of the most successful heavy metal bands, if not the most successful heavy metal band in history, and they did it with very little radio play. It was all word of mouth. They go to Central America and Europe. Struggle. Here in the United States, they struggle to sell out arenas where everywhere they go overseas is sold out well before the date of the show.
It's true.
And it's weird. I think, it's kind of this weird concert culture that we have going on, you know.
I think you nailed it when you said that if the mainstream is shoving down the stuff down people's throats that isn't really exactly what people are wanting, but they're doing it anyways. Whereas, like in Europe, Australia, and Central America, man, rock and roll is thriving there. Metal, rock and roll, those audiences are that's what they live and breathe.
Absolutely. And, it's just, you really, you're talking about playing, certain markets, certain cities. I really think it's important that, you guys educate people and that we get your music in their hands, get your music in their ears, in their heads, so they know that there's really good, legitimate rock and roll music out there. Because I think a lot of people, the average fan, the average music consumer doesn't know any better because all they know is what they hear on FM radio waves and maybe what they see on television.
Hey, Adam, we're kind of losing you, man. You're cutting in and out, brother.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you know, if I hear another fucking Mumford and Sons song, I'm gonna kill myself.
well, please don't. Well, please don't kill yourself because I want to hear another Throw the Temple talk. You know, I want to hear some new Throw the Temple shit. So, this is good stuff. But this is some good stuff. But I think we got some more music we need to play. We're talking about a lot of music. We need to play some more music. What do we got queued up, Randy?
I was thinking about Capone. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's a right-on riff.
Awesome,
all
man.
right,
Well,
here we go.
Voodoo riffing going on right there.
Thank you for calling, Adam.
Thanks,
Here
Corey.
he is, the Black Saint, Capone. Okay. One more time.
Let you know
some good shit right there, man. I gotta tell you.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, I love this. I love this fucking album, and I love, you know, I'm excited to hear some new shit too, which maybe might happen a little bit later if I'm.
Yeah, there's some tasty stuff going on with some of the new material, so keeping it raw and rock and roll.
Right on.
Oh,
so
Lordy.
Like
well,
we got another caller, Randy.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, you're on with Bleach Bangs and the Black Saints. How are you, and who is this?
G'day there, guys. This is Del from Melbourne, Australia. How are you?
Hey, up, dude. What's going on?
How's Milwaukee treating you?
Shitty. Milwaukee is chilly right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and say hey. Down Under's actually pretty cold at the moment as well, unfortunately.
Get
but
the
that's
hell
okay.
out of here.
I'm lying to you. It's always summer down here.
What the hell, man? Why
How cold is cold
us?
to you, Del?
Sorry?
How cold is cold to you? I mean, like, what, like 40 degrees?
Yeah, well, anytime it dips below about 60, I start calling cold, so.
Oh,
jeez,
God.
come on now, dude.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, that's like real cold weather when it's 60 degrees outside, man. You got to put on the
poor
thermal.
great white sharks.
I'll put it to you this way. My sort of cold sort of meter, if you will, is if I have to think about putting on socks because my toes are cold, then that's too cold for me.
Oh, damn. We have the Hobbit.
So rough
Hobbit
life
in
is
the house.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and say I've been listening into the show. You guys are awesome. One of my favorite bands out there at the moment. So keep making the killer music that you are, and I'll let you get back to your interview. Just wanted to call in and say hey.
Thank you, Del.
Right on, man.
Good talking to you, Del.
We love you, Del.
See you, Del.
Love you too, guys. You guys all you all collectively rock. So continue doing what you do. It's awesome. Peace out.
Good, man. All right, man. How cool is that, man? Del, man. That's awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I just don't even know where to go with that after that, man. That was cool, man. That was a nice little drop in by Del from formerly of Sunset Riot, man. He's out there doing some solo stuff right now, man. The Dead Will Rise, I think, is what we're looking forward to in the near future. He was just over here recently, did a few acoustic shows, did some stuff down there with our good friends, the Glitter Boys, well, formerly the Glitter Boys, Jody Rowe and John, and they hooked up and did this little whole the Outback Rednecks thing, which I wish I could have, been a part of and seen that, but kudos to Del, kudos to all those guys and stuff. Right, man, awesome. Rock and roll. This is just what I'm talking about. The brotherhood, the family. It's all over the world. It's here in Albuquerque. It's in Oklahoma. It's up there where you guys are at. It's down under too, man. That's what it's all about.
Right on.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for having me tonight, man.
Absolutely, Gabe. And formally introduce Gabriel Gambino. He is lead singer and guitar player for a local band here in Albuquerque, Throw the Temple. Killer band, and it's nice having him on tonight with us and co-hosting with us and hanging out with us. And he's he's got another perspective too that I like to bring to the table too.
Absolutely, that was pretty cool.
It's my pleasure to have Gabe on. Gabe's a good friend, and Gabe, like I said, he helped us with some interviews with the Uproar Festival, and he nailed it. I think there's not much to it, as far as interviewing people. I mean, for us, Randy and I have never viewed this as like, quote unquote, interviewing someone. It's just chatting, and we're just talking, we're visiting, we're talking about rock and roll. And sometimes we have some cool shit to talk about, and sometimes we just yabber like a bunch of idiots. And that's been very cool. It's been very, very enlightening. So awesome, man. So, yeah.
I think we need a new song.
What
What
was
do you
that?
think? I think we need a new song. What do you guys think?
I would like to hear a new song.
Which one do you got queued up there? Is it Get 'Em While You Can?
It sure is.
Yeah, dude. So this song is very special because what we got in there is guest we have our friend Casey, who's actually in Nashville, and she's doing backup vocals, and so it adds a whole new perspective to what we've got going on.
Yeah, she did an awesome job. Yeah, Casey rocked it out.
Good stuff. So this is what's coming up. We've got an exclusive here on Bleach Bangs. This is Get 'Em While You Can.
While
Sounds pretty good to me, man.
Good stuff right there.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun to do that song. I had everything was done vocally with that song, and Casey was just in town, just visiting some friends and stuff, and she came with me to the studio because I had to touch up some stuff, and Blackie and I were like, I think there's a part in here, like it would sound good with, female vocals. So basically she just recorded everything that I had done before. We took everything out, and she put it on there instead, and it just sounded 10 times better than what I was doing, I think.
Too cool.
Yeah,
man,
it really complimented it. So definitely was a good compliment. I'm glad you guys are spinning that too. So much appreciation on that. So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, so I did want to throw out there real quick too. I saw you guys have a show coming up November 9th.
November 9th.
That's what your website says, man.
They're like, what?
Where does it say we're playing?
Route 21 Outhouse.
Oh,
no, dude, that one, that's got to be updated. No, that one got kicked to the curb, unfortunately.
All right, never mind.
What's our
Nobody listen to this guy.
Never mind, they don't have a show coming up.
Yeah, no, our next stuff is not until December, yeah.
Right on, man. Well, so what are we looking at as far as getting this album done and wrapped up and out to all of us that are ready for it?
Well, if you sit on Santa's lap and if you've been a real good boy, then...
Right on.
Oh, wow.
I think we just, right now we're making sure that everything's going to sound and just be where it's supposed to be at with just with what's going on the album. So I just want to be very very thorough when it comes to this. So I want to make sure I'm taking my time with some of the decisions that we put forth into this particular album. So whether it's like guitar tracks, just the rhythm section, and making sure two vocals are to just top perfection right there. So I'm just more or less kind of wanting that whole vibe with the album.
Yeah, dude, I love recording stuff, but oh my God, it's like it becomes an insane asylum when I'm in there because these guys, Blackie's got like a set of ears on him where he can hear stuff that I can't hear. It's everything sounds good to me. He'll be like picking out certain stuff and be like, yeah, this, and then they just like replay it over and over, and I end up going insane. I like start kicking stools over and stuff, and I'm just getting all upset.
It all sounds the same to his ass, but when it comes to me listening, it's like, oh, right there. And I'm taking notes here. Okay, this is me in the recording studio at like a minute and 25. This needs a little bit more reverb on this here, and I'm like really into it where I'm listening to just the segments of the song and pointing out certain parts and certain time frames there. So that's just how I am. I'm a guitar player, man.
No, and it's good, Blackie. I'm not picking on you at all. It's definitely something that is needed in a band, like where you want to get put forward the best possible product. This is our business. This is what we do, and if the product isn't up to par, if it's not as good as what it should be, then you just got to get it up there so people want to buy it and hear it.
Yeah, and Eric LaBrosse from Cherry Pit Studios is doing a hell of a job with working with us too. He's very patient, and he knows that we're kind of demanding sometimes, but man, he's working with us. So I think that with his patience and all that, he's doing a great job.
He's clinically insane, I think. In a good way.
I think he's going to be doing a couple commercials for Bic, So at some point he'll be shaving off that beard that he's got.
Oh, he's rocking a full Paul Bunyan style beard.
Yeah, it's Grizzly Adams style. But anyways, yeah. So, but that's what's happening with the new LP. So, like I said, we got all the material. We just are like making sure that it's going to be solid and rocking. So.
Cool.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
What you're saying is there is no actual release date, right?
Yeah, no, I don't want you to think that Sam's going to bring you anything. Not to say that you haven't been good, but
we can like share you some of those tracks, man. Just so like you can get a little teaser on our half over here. So anytime you want to listen to what we're doing, rough mixes, we'll definitely hit you up.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And on that note, once you've been on our show, you're officially part of the family, and you're welcome to join us any Tuesday night that you feel like calling in, just like Dale did. He already knows it. He can call in any Tuesday night. They know we're doing the show. If he has something going on or wants to promote something, we're there for you, because that's our sole goal, is to promote you guys.
Right on, man.
That's really all we really want to do. So anytime that you guys have something going that you want to shout out, just call us up, 5-10 minutes, whatever, it doesn't matter, and just let us know, man.
Awesome.
Cool.
Appreciate
it.
Awesome,
Feel free to post on our pages, anything.
Awesome. Well, I think what you guys are doing is very awesome. It's very motivating to other, original bands that are trying to get their word out there, and
Cool.
I think what you're doing is great.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands out there that people haven't heard, and by God, they should.
Exactly.
And you're one of them. I mean, and that's the whole point we're trying to make is, why aren't you guys listening to this? I mean, come on.
No, you guys are doing it up righteously, man. Like we usually go about it at our shows. We're just spreading the gospel according to rock, man. You guys are doing the same thing.
Good deal.
Awesome, man.
Good deal.
Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us so long tonight, man, and the in-depth conversations that we had. It was refreshing, and I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you.
Well, like Grady said, man, you guys are always welcome, man. Man, thank you guys so much for hanging out, though.
Thank you.
Awesome, dude. Thank you. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys.
Nice
so
talking
much.
to you guys.
And thanks for letting us debut that new shit too, man. It was awesome, dude.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be giving you some more as a teaser, man. That would definitely will hit you up within the next week or so, and kind of give you a sample so you guys know where we're at. So.
Oh, sweet.
All right, man. Cool, man. Well, thank you guys so much, man, and we'll talk to you real soon, man.
Okay,
awesome.
Sounds good.
Keep it rocking, man. All about the rock.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome, man.
Later.
Cheers, guys. Cool. Hey, Ray,
really
you want
cool guys.
to spin one more, and then we're going to come back and talk to Gabe?
I don't have anything, man.
Oh, we're out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, check this shit out. I got a better.
I did load one.
Well, I got another idea.
Top-notch lady. Huh?
All right. Okay, you play it out.
Top-notch lady.
Lacy, what's wrong? She takes tomatoes and she wears those pearls tonight. She wants to get it and go, once it goes to the show. To show off her hips like a Melrose show. She's just a Hollywood tease with some silicone D's. A sexy model talking trouble brings her to your knees. And at the end of the day, if she don't get her away, she'll make the magic happen anyway. Well, there ain't no telling what it's just no morning for some. This sushi wearing Barbarella, what's up, come on down. And if the mood tries to rise, it's gonna be all tonight. So do your role play all through the night. I'm diving in between lines like it's no business of mine. I buy the drinks and he brings us sugar tonight. She got those curves to our team with so much dignity. She cracks a whip and makes you see. Well, there ain't no telling what there's just no telling what she's got to now. Well, you just don't know, but she already knows what she wants to do. She's a top-notch city, top-notch lady, baby, let me be. She's a top-notch city, coming out of town, number one. She's got those giant gold hoops and makes her body loop. She's got the bluest of eyes and faces to the sky. And I got nowhere to go, and I got no way to show that I can make it all in tonight. Well, there ain't no telling what there's just no telling what she's done to now. Well, you just don't know, but she already knows what she wants to do. She's a top-notch city, top-notch lady, baby, let me be. She's a top-notch city, coming out of town, number one.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Alrighty then.
How old
so,
is that thing?
So old. So we got another caller from the 505 area, and I want to talk to Gabe about some new Throw the Temple shit that's about to happen. But hey, you're on with Bleach Bangs Radio. Who's this? Hello.
Who am I?
Yes.
Who am I? I'm the guy with the Ewok. That's who I am. The Ewok in the dream.
This is Joey.
Yeah.
This is Joey. Joey's
I'm
on
back
there
in
with
civilization with my Ewok and my dream. Slave labor is not uncivilized. I'm just letting you know. As long as as long as it's an extraplanetary system.
Oh man! All right, so Randy, I'm going to give you a short version of this because if I give you the long version, we would need at least.
We'll be here till midnight.
Yeah, and we need some alcohol to make this plausible for you to wrap your fucking brain around it because it's just beyond there. So Crash Karma was in town. Throw the Temple was playing that night as well. Outside smoking a cigarette, ran into Joey and Gabe, and we're just like this little mob of us standing there talking, and somehow we're talking about fucking the movie Pacific Rim with fucking giant robots fighting monsters. It's fucking amazing. Who wouldn't want that? And then we turned into flying through space fucking space chicks. Somehow we got
awesome.
The space pussy's rad. Probably don't have to wear a condom. I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Who cares? Whatever you have to wear, it's space pussy.
It's space pussy, so whatever. So somehow we went from giant robots fighting giant monsters, and then we come like 45 minutes later. I'm going to say 45 minutes because that seems to make the story a little bit better. I don't know if it was that long or not, but 45 minutes later, Joey and I, side conversation, we've stepped off from the group, verbally, and Joey enlightens me on a dream of his. And Joey, would you like to enlighten the world on this dream of yours?
Yeah, I will share my dream with the world. So,
God damn it.
So what it comes down to is at some point in my life, I want to own an Ewok. Now, I understand completely that you can't actually go to Endor and own an Ewok from Endor. I would love to get a midget, dwarf, I think is the politically correct term here, in my employ. That is
you better keep it politically correct right now.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, for all the dwarfs that may be listening and or wielding axes, so I would love to have a dwarf in my employ that is willing to allow me to super glue them into an Ewok costume to do my bidding, mowing the lawn, doing the laundry, grocery shopping, all while enduring criticism, insults, spirit-crushing existence, if you will, and also having empty beer cans thrown at them, and having them live in a treehouse outside of my house because they're not allowed inside the house on the couch.
I'm trying to see how this person actually benefits in any way.
They don't.
I mean,
that's the point. I do.
Yeah, who said anything about benefits?
No benefits. No, I mean, okay, and just like this, you know, obviously this whole other conversation was so fucking just crazy. It was, honestly, Randy, it was one of the best conversations I've ever had in my life. It was just like, fuck yes. I mean, who cares what, I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't have to stay within the fucking realm of normalcy whatsoever. And, you know, space
or reality.
Fucking reality. I don't care. You know, I mean, I think it was, you know, that would be a great job to have. Flying through space, banging space chicks, and getting space pussy.
Oh,
that would be the job.
Absolutely.
So then, you know, and
I think I was made for that.
Totally. I want to see the application for that job, but anyway. So then Joey lands this on me, and you know, like I said, this is side conversation. You know, this wasn't a group conversation anymore. This is, and Joey and I did this at the first show. Oh, that's not happening. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep fucking doing this shit. I'm just like, oh my God. So, like, you're going to put, like, a midget in an Ewok suit and, like, yeah, no. And it was just like, that's probably pretty, that's like maybe one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. That's your dream. And,
it is.
You know,
it's a dream. It's a lifelong dream. It's America. Can a man not dream? Can a man not have goals in this life? You know, can a man not strive towards excellence in his existence?
I hate to play this card too, but
when you guys
Joey and I
when you guys started talking
about,
when you guys started talking about Ewoks, I saw one of the coolest T-shirts the other day, and it was a whole bunch of bloody Ewoks on the front of the shirt. It said, "Ewoking Dead." I was like, "That is fucking awesome."
That's awesome. So here's what's about to happen. Here's what's about to happen. Since we're limited on what we can do on this show sometimes, because we're at the fucking mercy. That bitch right there. We're gonna stop streaming live, but this show keeps recording. We're gonna keep talking to you guys. We're just not gonna be live, but this whole thing's gonna be podcasted, and we're gonna fucking put it up, and everybody's gonna fucking hear it and all that shit. So we're recording now. We're not live anymore. So, but what I want to talk to you guys about is some Throw the Temple shit that's fixing to happen. You guys are doing the Metal Drive. 2 with Blind Drive. Tell everybody about that, please, because this just came on my radar today.
We got asked to play the show and help support Blind Drive, and we got some other cool bands like Fade the Sun and Savage Wisdom and Shit Happens Incorporated. Also playing on the show, but yeah, it's our next big one, dude, and it's all ages too. So we're planning on having a crowd.
Hell yeah! So that's when is that, man? That's November 23rd.
23rd. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So what is the Metal Drive?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I just know it's what the show's billed as. and I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah.
We will be driving. I'll be driving a metal car down to that launch pad, and hopefully playing some fucking music.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this just hit my radar today too, and I was like, oh, cool, man. Then that's a pretty killer lineup too. Blind Drive, Savage Wisdom, Throw the Temple, Fade the Sun, Shit Happens After Party. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I was like, is that like a toy drive, or is that just like a hip, cool thing to add onto it? So yeah, looking forward to this one too, man. I got to ask you though, do you guys have any new music for me yet?
So actually,
recorded.
That was the thing we were going to talk about. Is we're going into the studio and doing an EP here soon. So we're trying to do everything legit and do it as big as possible.
Yeah, we definitely want to go into it with the idea that we're gonna come out with a great product and not something that's rushed and feels hurried, and not something that's great quality for our fans. So we want to do a huge show, like a huge CD release, and make sure that the CD's done proper.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you there. I agree with you guys there too. The only reason I ask is, I've got a couple of songs loaded up, and we'll play one here in a little bit. But I've heard, I think I've heard a few of the new things, in live settings. But and we were talking about this a little bit before earlier too, Joey. We were talking about the Throw the Temple stage performance. You guys always bring it, and you guys always look like you're having fun, and the wardrobe will never be the same at any one Throw the Temple show, ever. We're talking about bands that are kind of uniformed and, and stuff like that, but Throw the Temple, no, it's, I think the closest you guys came was probably the whole wrestling thing with the spandex, just because you guys are all wearing spandex, but it was so crazy, dude.
Oh, we did the Kiss show, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, we did the Kiss show. I don't know. Usually for me, I just look for comfort. I mean, I'm a drummer, so nobody pays attention to me much anyways. But, I just look for comfort. And really, like, our stage show is just based around having fun. I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, being a musician is the best job in the world, man. I mean, who doesn't want to get up on stage and rock out in front of people and get that love back from the crowd? And who the hell wants to show up to a show and see a boring-ass rock band?
Oh, dude, poor Joey, too. Like, we've had shows and stuff where people are like, yeah, we want to meet the band, and they're talking to Joey. We're like, can we meet somebody from the band? And he's like, I'm the drummer. And they're like, what?
Oh, for this band?
Yeah. Yeah, or the guy that's working the door at the club's like, yeah, who are you? And I'm like, I just got off stage. And he looks at me across like I don't belong. So that's great.
He's like, you're not wearing spandex, poser.
Right? I have a confession to make. Actually, the first time that we met, I think we talked for an hour and a half before you guys went on stage.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I couldn't remember. I knew who you were, but I couldn't remember your name the whole time. And I kept thinking, is it? God damn it! I know his name. I mean, I knew who you were. I knew your name was Joey. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, fucking like, is Jimmy? It's like fucking. What is it? It's like not Jimmy. It's fucking. And then moments after you walked away, I turned around and I started talking to James, and I went, oh shit, it's Joey. I was like, oh, what a fucking dumbass.
Nice. Yeah, I get that a lot. It's just the nature of the beast, man. I mean, and some of that, a lot of the reason why I am the way I am on stage is because I want people to notice a little bit, what I'm doing back there. And, to be honest, I mean, I think that in my mind, I feel like I have to work 10 times harder than Gabe or Matt or Cody, because they're all up front, for people to realize that I'm back there.
Well, and you and I talked about that too, man. That was one of our first conversations too, talking about the performance and what you got to do back there too. And one thing that I adore about Throw the Temple is, you can take band X out there, and the guitar player and the fucking singer, steal the show, or the guitar player and the bass player steal the show, or whatever. They call attention to themselves more than the other members. But like with Throw the Temple, you guys are such an eclectic group of guys. Like you got Matt, you got Cody, you got you, Joey, and Gabe. You guys are all just like it gives the fans, somewhere to look at constantly. It's all over the place. It's not just focused on one band member. And I dig it, man. I think it's cool. And Joey, you do got to work a little bit harder because you're stuck in the back. That's the life of a drummer, but you do it well, my brother. You do it well, my friend.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't despise it or I don't resent it very much because, I realize it's the nature of the beast. It is what it is. But at the same time, like I said, man, who wants to show up to a rock show and see a boring-ass band? Especially, one of the things that I hate is when I show up to a rock show and I'm watching the drummer, of course, because I'm a drummer. I just feel like I have nothing to look at. It's like wow, dude, awesome. You can hold down a beat. You can hold down a rhythm. But where's the show? What are you doing back there?
Exactly.
Why should I pay attention to you? And that's kind of how I feel. I mean, I feel like our fans want something. And what they want is to see an awesome show. They want to see something on stage that catches their eye, that gets them into it, that shows that we're having fun. Because if the band members don't look like they're interested in the music, why the hell should our fans be interested in our music,
I agree, man. I agree, totally. Well, speaking of Throw the Temple music, I'd like to play a little tune if you guys got a few more minutes to hang up. Okay. All right, man. So we're digging deep here, man. This is Throw the Temple, White Collar Baller. One of my faves, dude. One of my faves.
Yeah.
All right, man. What's going on, guys?
Hello. Joey got dropped, so we're sharing. We're sharing, but it doesn't look gay at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look gay at all.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes for some reason, calls get dropped on this show.
Yeah.
It just happens. Sometimes.
We saw that
Randy
there's
Jr.
nothing wrong with that too, by the way.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, sometimes even us hosts.
We're right now in a loving embrace, talking on the phone.
Yeah, we're pretty much spooning.
Yeah, we're just we're holding each other. We're taking in this moment. We're being with you right now. It's quiet.
Right.
Beautiful night.
We got a crackling fire.
Oh my God! So,
so I
man.
was gonna tell you, we have some new. We debuted a new song at our last show, and it went over pretty well.
Yeah, we got a little new. It sounded pretty well. I think we did well with it. The fans liked it, and I was sad to not see Charlie's big blonde face in the crowd. But to hear our new stuff.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I was kind of really looking forward to seeing that, but things have been kind of weird in my life lately, and we're not going to get into that right now. Maybe another time. But I was kind of disappointed because I was really looking forward to sitting down with you guys and getting some good shit on camera too. But that's coming up in the near future, hopefully. Yeah, man. So, absolutely. So hopefully things are getting back on track. They feel like they are for me. So, but yeah, man. And I'm getting this is my ass kissing part of the show. I do this all the time, but I really there were so many shows that I missed. Early on, you guys started. It was either work or kids or whatever. And I finally got my ass over there, and I finally got to see you guys play. And I was glad I did, and hopefully I'm going to catch some more shows too, man, because like we were talking about earlier, the live show. I mean, I already liked your guys' music from what I'd heard, and I could never fully invest myself in a band and go all in until I see the live performance. And, you guys had me, man, and it's a testament to what you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing over there right now, but
we just fucking saw the picture that you posted, dude.
That's amazing. That just brightened my day.
Oh my God. No, dude, we appreciate it, man. I don't know. I'm glad you maybe it's good you didn't catch us early on because we were getting the kinks out, Dude, we've always been pretty trial by fire, I guess. We fucking hit it running and haven't really stopped since.
Well, and another
I think
thing
now we're
say
actually a well-oiled machine who, with a mission to rock.
Yes, I was actually going to say, from hearing, just we heard Throw the White Collar Baller just then, and I mean, you guys did that a few years ago. Laid that track down and everything like that. And just listening to the music, I've already heard the progression you guys have made, since you guys laid that down just at your live shows. I mean, you guys have matured as a band, and it's a good thing. And you guys are having fun, man. And that's the best part about it.
That's the thing, man. With Joey and all of us, dude, we all have our problems and stress in life and shit. I think playing the shows, dude, is really pretty much the only thing I look forward to at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, man. I mean, being a musician and being able to do this for people. I mean, who wouldn't want to, man? I mean, it's the greatest feeling in the world when you're up on stage and you're just able to have that experience with your fans and the crowd. And, at our last show at Malarkey's, something struck me. We were playing No Way But Down, and usually I tend to not look up a whole bunch for my drums when we're in the thick of it. And we got into the chorus, and I heard the vocals on the chorus, and I thought, that sounds a little off. And the first thought that crossed my mind was fucking Gabe, man. And and then I looked up, and the crowd was singing the chorus for him. He wasn't anywhere near the mic, and I was just blown away. I was really blown away that our fans, know our songs, they know our music, they know the words, they want to get involved with our stage show, they want to be a part of what we're doing, and like I said, man, I was just blown away, and it's a real mind-blowing feeling and experience when you have that sort of thing going on when you're on stage. And that's what we really strive for. I mean, one of the things that I loved the most when I was a kid and I'd go see a rock show was feeling like I was part of that with the band, and there are certain bands that, you go and see in a concert and you just feel like you're a part of it, and there's others that you really don't. And I've always tried to, bring my show and bring my presence behind the drums to make with the intent that I want people to feel like they're part of what we're doing. And I think we've worked on really translating that to our fans, because we love our fans, man. Like, without our fans and without the support of, people like you, Charlie, and the Hellion and other folks, I mean, we'd be nowhere. And a lot of this comes down to our music speaks for itself. And really, when it comes down to that point, it's a very cool feeling to have. It's like I'm doing something that people can get into.
Yeah, definitely. No, and I think it speaks volumes too, man. That's awesome. But and big shout out to James too, man. He couldn't be with us tonight, but it's all good. And what we do, man, it's not much. And I always try to tell people, you guys got lives going on too, and sometimes shit ain't right. But it's like I always tell people, man. They're like, well, and there's no right definition. There's no right way to support a band or support the scene or whatever. It's just do what you can. If you literally cannot go out anywhere, for whatever, if you're just fucking, shackled to your house or shackled to your job, and then it's as simple as sharing things on Facebook and letting other people know to check it out, or, whatever it is, But, there's so many different ways to support bands and support the scene that I just see people fucking, you don't support the bands, you don't support the scene. I'm like, well, because I'm not at every show, because I don't own every piece of merchandise, because I haven't spent every dime I have on that band. Yeah, man, I tell those people, fuck you, man. I support, I support everything that I possibly can. I have my, bands that I grew up loving. We'll just take Motley Crue for instance. I don't own everything that Motley Crue ever put out. Does that mean I don't support them? No. It's just
I'm a big Motley Crue fan. I just fucking remember that. I remember your Nikki Sixx story?
Yeah.
You wait. Dude, it beats my Jerry Cantrell story, though.
Yeah, at least he said something. Gabe couldn't even bring himself to say anything.
Well, yeah. He just made a noise out of it. That was pretty funny. That was like the highlight of that day.
I love telling people, like, I met one of my heroes and fucking grunted at him like some kind of goddamn animal.
Yeah. And the best part about it, though, is, people need to, like, if they could just picture this in their mind for a moment, we're back by catering and we get escorted out, and then we're kind of walking back, and this guy decides to give us a ride on one of the go-karts, one of the little golf carts, and we're like, oh, that's cool, Well, me and Gabe are on the back, and then here comes Jerry Cantrell just walking across the parking lot, and then Gabe just reaches his hand out and goes, oh! It's this weird noise. And Jerry Cantrell just kind of looks over and kind of almost, not even a half a wave, like maybe a quarter of a wave. It
was the hand up kind of,
He started to lift his hand up, and then he was like, what the fuck's, like, I could just imagine, like, they let the retarded kid back here. That's nice,
Yeah, it's nice. That's nice. Where's your helmet, young man?
The very confused gesture towards the kid that nobody knows why he's here. That's awesome.
Completely.
Yeah, I would call it the kind of wave that, like, when your neighbor's mowing his lawn, you're like pulling into the driveway, and you give him like that, hey, don't fucking talk to me, man, but hi.
Yeah, hi, but don't come over here. I'm gonna run in my garage real quick. It was epic, dude. That was, but. Yeah, so, support the scene, support the scene however you can, support the bands however you can. Do I make every show? No, I don't.
What we do is, like, we try and find just those few bands that we really like, you know what I mean? And we'll go catch their shows and stuff like that, but I mean, we'll give most bands a chance and stuff, and if it's not for us, then we just kind of move on and support the bands that we support,
Well, I think you got a great point, Charlie. I mean, you do what you can. I mean, you weren't at our last show. I'm not going to hold you.
I'm going to hold you to it.
But, you know, I mean, you weren't there, but, you know, everybody has a life and everybody has shit to do. And, you know, when you have that shit to do, you do it. But the thing is, I mean, you support the scene and what you can. And really, I mean, to me, you're doing more than most. You have your internet radio show and your podcast and such. And that's a lot more than most people do because you pimp bands whenever you have the chance to that you dig. And, you know, you have an eclectic taste and you don't turn people away. And, you know, you're very supportive of the scene and insofar as, you know, get on my radio show and let people hear your voice and you know,
and that's,
give us a chance to relate a little bit.
And that's truly what it's all about, you know. I mean, like, you know, you're right. You know, I don't think we've ever turned anybody away. And, you know, have I been a fan of every band that we've ever had on the show? You know, no. We haven't had, I'll put it this way, we haven't had any, in my opinions, you know, shitty bands. But, you know, like Randy might like this band and I don't, and James might be in the middle. You know, it's just, you know, one of our unofficial mottos is if it rocks, you know, we'll talk to you and we'll play it, you know. But, and I mean,
yeah, dude,
for me,
if everybody did what you, Randy, and James did, you know, holy shit, rock music would be fucking huge, you know.
You're right. I would love it, man.
I wouldn't have to know who Drake is.
That's the goal. Hell yeah, dude. And then, you know, like, I mean, somebody had said to me a while back, and I'm not here to throw people under the bus, but this was in Albuquerque. It was at another show, and I really haven't had, you know, honest to God, man, I haven't had anybody hating on me or being negative or anything. But I had this one guy just kind of like, dude, you don't really support, you only do certain things, and you're not a local, you don't support local music. And I said, dude, I'm doing a Bleach Bang thing. It's you know, it's global. I mean, it's the internet. Why would I just limit myself to my own backyard? You know, and I said,
well, yeah,
let me
had
try
bands from Australia and shit like that. And,
so I asked him this question. I said, do you listen to my show every Tuesday? Have you listened to every episode that we've ever put on in the last, I think this was about 3 years ago, or last year or so, the last 3 years, have you listened to every episode we've ever done since the beginning? And he goes, well, no. And I go, well, you don't fucking support me. Get the fuck out of here. You don't fucking support my show. Fuck you. Blah. You know? It's the same thing. I don't expect everybody to listen to every one of my shows. I don't. I just don't, you know? So, anyway, rant over. Sorry.
Guy tried.
Oh, shit.
I ranted.
Sorry, Joey lost his earbud. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we got him back. He's back.
I'm back.
Are you guys sharing earbuds?
Yeah.
It's
cute.
I told you, it's totally not gay over here.
No, it's not.
That's
it's a level of cute. It's a level of love. It's a level of sharing. It's a level of togetherness.
It is, and this really is like the fundamentals of being in a band, you know? Is standing close.
I was going to say that.
Sharing a
really
pair of
sweet.
headphones, you know?
So sweet.
Yeah, it's a platonic man love that reaches deep.
Wow.
You know, when I say reaches deep, I mean it reaches deep. We're talking about like elbow, possibly shoulder. You know, I mean it's just, you know, it's there. It's that level, man. I mean, you know, we feel it.
It's balls deep, you know?
That's the only way we can write music together.
Wow.
No,
well,
we've
man,
had, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I was going to let you in on the secret, too, is that road gay is not gay. And you're going to hear about this. You know, bands don't talk about this shit, and I'm letting you in.
Yeah, this is a very closely guarded secret amongst most every band out there.
Yeah, It's called the road gay.
Road gay.
You know? And it's kind of like prison, you know? There's bitches and there's there's daddies. And you know, that all gets established over a long stint on the road, you know?
Yeah. You start really hugging each other and touching and things get close. They get DNA close sometimes. You know, it's this bond on the road that you build. And, you know, Gabe talks about it like he's a seasoned vet, but really, Gabe has no idea what I'm capable of when we're in the middle of nowhere. He really doesn't. I mean, he thinks he knows what I'm capable of, but he has no idea what I'm really capable of.
I don't, and, you know, that's scarier. You know who Slender Man is?
Yeah.
What's so fucking scary about Slender Man? You don't know what he can do.
Oh, man.
We're still learning this shit, you know? And that's why Joey is like the Slender Man of road gay.
Joey brings the road gay.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're like I
don't know what Joey's capable of, and that's kind of terrifying, man.
It is. He has that look in, like he gets this look in his eyes though.
Well, let me ask you
just
this one.
Makes you wonder.
Well, let me ask you this one last question on this topic, Joey. Would you let the Ewok watch?
Oh, absolutely.
No, he forced the Ewok to watch.
Yeah.
It's not
I
don't know what I'm saying.
You pretend that this individual has a choice while he's under my employ.
No. I apologize. I keep forgetting that he has no rights.
Yeah.
It's not a privilege. He's forced to watch.
You know, and Joey and I served our country, dude. I think it's really just our God-given right to own an Ewok.
Well, it's property, and you know, as I understand it, the Declaration of Independence gives us the ability to pursue life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and own property. I mean, you know, that's what it is, man. That's America. It's a dream. It's civilized. You know, you don't understand the level of civility that goes into my logic of wanting to own this individual. I mean, people will do anything for money, Charles. I mean, you have to understand this. It's in civilized society, you know? Money talks, bro.
Dude, Joey just went all Christopher Walken on that shit. It's all about the property.
It's property ownership, my friend. That's how this country was started, and that's how I look at it. Yeah. Take that,
right on,
bro.
Right on.
Take that,
right
Al-Qaeda.
Right.
Yeah.
These colors don't run,
right?
Bitches.
Yeah.
Holy
Who's bent over crawling out of the forest now, Charles?
That's right.
Well, you know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it so. I don't know what it was all about. You weren't supposed to be bent over crawling out of the forest. It was. I don't know. That was weird. I thought.
You don't understand. When I saw that, I hit the fucking floor laughing, dude. I've been waiting for the perfect goddamn bit strip to pop up for like 2 weeks just to respond to that. That was a good one. You got me. You got me good.
Thank you. It was so random and out of the blue. Like I seen these bit strips that Cody was doing or Matt, and I was like, I want to do one of those, and then I was like, oh, I want to do one with Joey, and I was like, yeah, this one's awesome.
It was just perfect, man.
It was just so random and out of the blue. It just seemed like it would just be like out of left field, like what the fuck, you know, like okay. But,
that's basically what it was for me. But yeah, that was good, especially right after I posted that Ewok costume. For whatever reason, that day that I posted that, I was just sitting there thinking, and I was like, you know, I wonder if they really do sell an Ewok costume. I'm gonna check that shit out.
It's got to be the true to life shit too, like you know what I mean? It's got to be the same or higher quality as used on the film.
Totally. Yeah, you can't just go with some fucking bullshit fucking.
No, dude, you can't own a human being and fucking glue them into some cheapy outfit, you know?
No.
You got to go full brunt, dude. Like
this motherfucker's gonna be speaking some Ewok.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you live in this fucking costume and you eat through that mouth hole, and it's real. You're gonna fucking
dude, no choice, dude.
You know, you're gonna dump and you're gonna get poop and dookie all stuck to your fur. You know, I mean, it's gonna happen.
That's right. You're gonna shower. You're gonna bathe in that bitch.
Okay,
oh yeah,
wow.
Dude.
You know what, guys? I hate to do this, but this thing's about to stop recording. But I want to cut this out before we get cut off. But I want to have you guys back so goddamn soon. It's not even funny.
Yeah, dude.
Literally do an entire show of this. Honest to God. And I think I might do
dude. Like this has to happen. Like a Throw the Temple hour.
I might do a side podcast that has absolutely nothing to do with rock and roll, and it's just this. Period.
That would be amazing.
No, we could do this all day.
All day.
Absolutely. Well, man,
before we get cut off here, I want to November 23rd launch pad Metal Drive 2 with yours truly, Throw the Temple.
Get in touch for tickets.
All ages, yeah. Get in touch. Hit us up on Facebook. We got $8 tickets. Don't be a fucking jabroni and pay $12 at the door or whatever.
I hate when they do that.
Help support the locals, dude, and fucking buy a ticket from us.
Absolutely, word, man. Word. Well, Joey and Gabe, thank you guys so much for hanging out, man. I appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys.
For sure. Have a great time, man.
Absolutely, man. Cheers, guys.
All right. Take care, Charlie. Bye.
All right, man, so we're going to sign off here, man. Hope you guys stuck around with us for this whole entire thing. Big thanks to the Black Saints and Chaotic Resemblance for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks to Randy, and shout out to James and the rest of Throw the Temple. We'll see you next week.
Resemblance 2.
Don't gamble on two-day leftovers at the office. Head to your nearest Buffalo Wild Wings for the B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu with mix and match lunch combos with special pricing available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're in a super hurry, there's even takeout. Pick an entree from choices like traditional or boneless wings, cheeseburgers, street tacos, crispy or naked tenders, and more. And pick a side from options like fries, wedges, salad, onion rings, chips and salsa, and more. Make the safe bet and get to B-Dubs for lunch. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Prices and participation vary.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.